tax the rich, feed the poor, till there are no rich no more. I love to change the world, but I don't know what to do.
Good morning, I'm Joseph Kleida for AscensionPathway.com on the Evan Fain YouTube channel, bringing you another episode of Grid Work, geoengineering on a daily basis. Today's Saturday, December 5th, 2015. I'm looking around, they moved all that crap right out of here. And this is what's left. They're still spraying. They got a rail there. I just showed you a rail. There's a rail there. There's a couple of rails way in the back of that northwest horizon. Okay, we got a chem trailer right up here spraying. We got haze everywhere from that disastrous day yesterday. Few rails back in there in that southwest horizon. You can see those rails. Well, so they're still spraying, even on clear, what you would think was a clear sky day, which it is not. There's that guy, a little better picture of him spraying some plume. So just go outside and look for yourself. If yesterday wasn't bad enough, I'm at a local grocery store and they got this guy spinning this rail. Oh man, they're not gonna stop. Well, I haven't left the parking lot yet. And I got this chem trailer up here spraying. Doesn't look like he's coming in. There he is. Oh yeah. So the intermediate mix is in the works again on a clear sky day. They already moved out the other cloudoids they had in yesterday, and all that black soot all fell to the ground. They moved it a little bit into the Midwest, if you saw the weather report. That southwest horizon, you can see the double rail action back there as well. As faint as it may be, you can still see it. Back on this guy, you can really see he's really starting to plume it up, and he's getting some good height too. He's going to rainbow us, or dome us. With that mix there, it's kind of nasty. Give her a good look. Pretty good tail on that thing. Who knows what's in those mixes? Now we got another guy spraying. Not even 11 o'clock yet. It's like a red bad boy. Look at the plume. So, if people think this is still a good day, they're not. It's the same jet spraying different plumes. Spraying continues in that southern sector, about 12:30. Let me bring them in a little bit better for you. There, see? So the spraying still continues every day. Nice long rail too. He's sitting out in that horizon pretty far out. So if you think it's still a nice day, well, it's nice, but they're still spraying. Here goes the guy blasting away about 1 o'clock. Well, still going at it. Well, it's a little after 1. I caught this guy sneaking by. They're really a nasty rail there. It's like a silver bullet. Let me show you his plume before it finally dissipates. Then seconds later we got this guy going the other way. Proof again, they're still building the grid. Two different mixes, but you can see they're still spraying in that grid formation. That looks like a red tail silver bullet. Maybe a blue tail, I'll have to wait and see. Looks like it's coming out of that back tail fin or that fake window nozzle. But there's more evidence of the grid work. It's just not as blatant as the last few days. Then we got another guy just moments later running parallel with the last guy we just videoed. So you can see the grid still being formed. One guy goes one way, two guys go the other way. They get the grid going. Pretty obvious, even on these kind of clear sky day mixes. They run that intermediate mix, and that's what you're seeing right there. Still deadly. It's about 1:45. I'm looking into that western sector, and this guy lays this right over top of the mountain range. Look at that. You can see the rails, the disbursement over here. They're still back at it. Look at the plumage over here. Our beautiful blue sky day has now been wisped with chemtrail plume. There's the evidence of the wisp. We already know this. Back over here, look at this little bit of a wisp. It's already kind of thinned. And you got that chemtrail way in the back. So just showing you how they're putting it together. Look at over here, look at this bomb way back in there. Look at that. So they're covertly making the overcast, thinking for you to think that this is a beautiful day. When it all said and done, we got chemtrail plume. And it's not pretty. I saw in the news yesterday they call them stratospheric cumulus clouds and shit. Oh, come on. It's chemtrail plume. We've watched it disperse. Look at the mini Medusa already forming there. As I pan over here, you can see those chemtrails over there once again. Eastern sector is just haze. So is that southern sector. So whatever they're brewing, it's coming out of that west by northwest. That isn't bad enough. We got another guy spraying some more rails right into that existing whiskey core. Back it off to show you as he's heading right into the wisps. Look at that rail. Look at it now. Over the mountain range. Look how it's dispersing. And we got another rail that just happened to appear right back in there. It's not even 2 o'clock yet. Well, it's 2:30, almost right on time. Look at this nasty sprayer. Looks like a silver bullet. Unsymmetrical plumage. That's gotta scare you. Plumes ain't even coming out of the nozzles right. Come on. Look at that rail. Look at the length of that rail. He's coming out of the wisps. The Medusa's already broken apart. You can see the soot falling out of those wisps. Look at that soot. Look at this soot over here falling out of these wisps. Look at the rail hanging way in the back. My gosh, isn't anybody getting any of this? Look at it straight in that northern sector. Double rails. My God. We'll get some more of this while I'm out here. Northeastern sector. Continue the rails there. They've been railing us. Very covertly. As I pan into that western sector, there's a guy way out there spraying. You seeing him or not? He's way out, right under the wisps there. There he is. There he is. Come to Papa. The Medusa's almost broken apart and just all wisps now. Look at those wisps. Just white soot ready to turn black by nightfall. Almost missed this. X marks the spot right in your face. Look at that. Yep. And my buddy the dove sticking up in there. He's complaining about the soot. Moments later I got this guy coming out of that wispy mess. No plume until he got over here in between the two wisps. Try to fill up that blue spot as best they can without kind of damaging the whole day so people still think it's a nice day. You have no idea, this soot is just so toxic. Looking back out into that southwestern sector, got another guy railing there. Above the already plumed rail there. And a couple of rails mixed in there. There's one there and one underneath there. Look at a couple rails there. So the railing continues. Look how these rails have thinned. finned rails. And then we got this guy shooting over the top. Let me get a better look at this guy. There's the rail. And there he is right up there spraying. Blue bottom, silver bullet. Back it off and you can see the other rail right next to him right there. So side by side rails. Look at the Christmas tree bulb effect. Just get a load of that right over top of this wisp. It's just criminal. Look at the wisps. Caught another rail right up inside there just moments later. It was hidden from me. You can see what the guy did. Wisp the wisp to try to thicken it up. Here's that oil-based mix we're talking about. Just look at that. Doesn't that look like a oil-based paint mix? You already know what's in the works. That's how they disguise their bases in the South Pacific. Just moments later, I got this guy sneaking this rail in. So basically, they've been non-stop with the intermediate, some big mixes, paintball mix, indigo skyfold phase 2 mix, the works. Sun blocked. Here's a better look at those double rails I just showed just a few moments ago. Look how that's dispersing. Look at that. Look at that Christmas tree ball effect. All in all, it's into the wisp. You can see how it's already starting to dissipate at the corner there. Already turning into white soot and wisps. This guy just spun this rail right in front of me and I didn't even catch it. That's how covertly they do it. Real silent now. Can't even hear them. They're not the thunder makers. The red bad boys are the ones that make all the noise. But just look at that Christmas tree bulb effect on that plume. We'll keep an eye on it for the next few minutes and we'll show you how it disperses. And there he goes. You can see the double rails down in that horizon. Side by side double rails. Well, it's 10 after 3 and I got this guy heading right for the rail that we just showed you how we were waiting for it to disperse. Now just let me take you down the rail here and show you exactly what's going on. Look at unsymmetrical plume. Look at that. Look at that right side. It heads right into the plume. Look at X marks the spot right there. Following the rail all the way down. He came way out of there. But just look at that. X marks the spot. Get a load of that unsymmetrical plumage again. How it's spewing out of the one side. Look how unsymmetrical that is. Get a good look. One's out of the turbofan, one's out of the back tail fin nozzle. And here's the disbursement of that plume. Look at how it's just bubbling up. Get a good look so you understand. Look how this is all dispersed. It's getting close to 3:30. You got a guy up here just spewing some plume. Look how he's spewing that. Look how it's all spewing out. Come on. Look over here, we got a guy way in the back horizon spraying that plume. And look what this guy did. Right at the wisp, he turned the rail. Look at that turn. Jets don't turn like that. Look at the plume. Look at that nasty plume, how he turned that. Come on. Then right above him, into the sunlight, I don't know, it's blinding me. There's another guy up there spraying. There he is. See him up there? So the railing has begun. We got another guy over here spraying some plume. There he is, right into the heart of the wisps. There he goes, right there. Look at the length of that rail. Look at the length of that rail. As he crossed the other wisps, the other trails, those were those double rails I showed you before. There's the X marks the spot from the previous one I showed you too. Man, look at that. You can see the shadow rail behind it too. If you look real close, see the shadow rail? And how do they pull that off? Yeah, what's in those friggin' mixes? Come on, people. And look at this guy over here. Here's that guy that was sputtering. He's right over top of me now. Look at that. Looks like a friggin' red tail or something. Look at this. Look at this nasty. After he sputtered. Basically clogged nozzle. And look where that guy's headed. Right where that guy just came out of. So again, they're making the grid work really nasty here. They're really coming out. I'm just going to show you. Look back here in that northern sector. You can see the grid. Let me just put it up here so you can see how the grid looks. See the grid? And that all dispersed into what you say is overcast. The weather report said it would be supposed to be sunny. Well, the sun's out. But get a load of that shadow rail. But look at it. It's just nasty. Look at that plumage. It's just sickening to death as they kill us. Look at that, how that's all dispersing. Look at that crap. It's just so nasty. And there's that guy headed for that guy that spun the rail. See? See what he's doing? There's the rail that was spun, and he's heading right over to it to cross the grid work. That's why we call the show grid work, to show you how they make the grid in the sky every friggin' day. Over by this wisp. Chemical rainbow. Okay. There's no moisture in there. That's all pollution. Get a load of this wisp formation. Take it to the top of it. Look how it's just kind of just finning into that. Clouds, number one, don't do that. And these, we already know the chemtrails, we watched them spray it. So, if I were you, get on the phone, start calling your local radio and television stations that broadcast these bogus weather reports. You know, and they're just doing it because they want to keep their job. People need to stand up. We the people need to stand up to this. Look how that rail is dispersed. And right alongside of him is another guy spraying another nasty rail. So, it's just as bad as the other day. They're coming full force now in the afternoon spraying. Look at that plumage. Look at those rails. Right into the existing plumages and wisps. God, that's nasty. That's one hell of a nasty rail. And there he's inside that plume. Look at that plume, how that's dispersed. It's going to turn into that. And that. And that. More chemical rainbowage inside that plume there. Should be able to get a trees in the way, but should still see it. See the plume inside the existing wisp. But look how this is really dispersed. It's falling fast too. Right on top of us. Oh my gosh. Breathe that up your nose, people. See how it feels. Yeah. Just try to remember the last time you really smelled flowers and fragrances of Mother Earth. You don't smell them anymore. All you smell is metal. Just getting ready to get my workout in. Here's those double rails I just showed you. Just look how they dispersed. We're taking on this ride here so you can see exactly what it's all about. Okay? Not clouds. Not overcast. Chemtrail plume. Same thing over here. Look at the Christmas tree bulb effect on the side. Okay? A couple different plumes. You can see the mess that they made. Look at that mess. And if it's still lingering by the time we get back, we'll show you exactly what it's all about. Look at these rails over here. God damn. Then this rail over here. Look at that rail. All the way across the sky into the existing plume that's already whisked away. Look at how nasty. Christmas tree bulb effect on that one. See, he heads right in the sun. See how, and then he turned it off. See how they do that? Pretty obvious. As the day ends to a close, look at the Medusa we got going in that western sector. Look what they did. Look at that rail right there. It's black. Yeah. Comes out white, turns black. Explain that to me. Look at that black shit right there. Sorry about the language, but I can't help it. People need to be held responsible for this. Look at those rails in there. Look at the rails, the soot. Look at back over here in that northwestern sector. What the hell you call that? The tornado effect? Look at that. Look at the rails, how they spun that. Let it focus. Look at the rails. And look at that rail across here. Look at the long rail. It's the Medusa. Just spreads her wings of black soot. Look at that black soot. It all turns black. This white stuff here, it'll all be black. All be black. As I pan over here, you can see the backward sunset starting to happen. Rail back there in that southwestern sector. These are just rails here. All wisped rails. You can see the backward sunset taking form with the yellow. That's all toxic plume. That's your pollution. Okay? It's not from the coal plants. Look at the rail up here. Still white because the sun's shining on it. We documented that over and over. So I pan into that eastern sector. Just look how nasty this looks. Look at that friggin' plume. If that isn't enough to scare you, look. Look at that plume. Look at the rails. Oh, toxic plume. My gosh, what is it going to take for people to understand what's going on? We've been documenting this every day. But just give you a look at that Medusa. They really did a good job today of polluting our skies once again. Tons and tons of toxic pollution. And I'll give you one guess where it comes from. Yeah, it'd probably be Monsanto's. If you guessed Monsanto's, you guessed right. They're getting rid of their waste in our sky. That should make everyone in the world furious and demand accountability, and they put these people behind bars.